continuing on with our part 1 of the conspiracy series, where we either debunk or find out if a conspiracy is actually true. We're on part 3 of Is the Food in the United States Actually Killing Us? We left off talking about how factory farmed meats have higher levels of omega-6s and lower levels of omega-3s compared to pasture-raised meats. So let's talk about why omega-6s are so bad for you compared to omega-3s. So a healthy diet contains a balance of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, so you do need some. And omega-3 fatty acids help reduce inflammation. And some omega-6 fatty acids tend to promote inflammation. And in fact, some studies suggest that elevated intakes of omega-6 fatty acids may play a role in complex regional pain syndrome. And what's interesting is we've been talking about how the European diet is something that they are basically healthier than we are, and this goes on to say the Mediterranean diet, on the other hand, has a healthier balance between omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, and people who follow a Mediterranean-style diet are less likely to develop heart disease. Doesn't include much meat, which is higher in omega-6 fatty acids, though grass-fed beef has a more favorable omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. So this article on MountSinai.org basically just solidifies everything that we just talked about in the last video. And obviously we didn't get into like how terrible it is the way we farm animals, but we can get into that another time. So now that we talked about all the problems with meat in the United States, we could say, well, some people are vegetarians. Maybe that's the way to go. But is it? A study done by the Center for Biological Diversity states that the United States uses 85 pesticides outlawed in other countries. Let's take a look at this article. So this goes on to state in 2016, the United States used 322 million pounds of pesticides that are banned in the EU. And where do you think these pesticides go? On your vegetables and your fruits. And in the grass that the animals eat off of. So we kind of already knew this. We knew that regular fruits and vegetables had a lot of pesticides. So we buy organic, right? But let's see what it really means to be buying organic. For something to be organic, they have to not use prohibited substances for 3 years prior to harvest. That's most synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. No GMOs, raising animals in living conditions accommodating their natural behaviors like grazing on a pasture. And we will talk about that. And then omitting artificial preservatives. But what I think some people don't realize is that pesticides are still used on organic food. It's just ones that the USDA allows. There is a list of allowed substances that are allowed in organic crop and livestock production, and you can find this list here. But are these chemicals banned in Europe too? Part 4.